The small village of Le Chambon-sur-Lignon in France is to most people an insignificant speck on a map, not worth a second look or glance. But this small Protestant town of 2,400 individuals has an incredible history. During World War II, when the Vichy government in France began to collaborate with the invading Nazi regime and send French Jews to the concentration camps, the local church's pastor, André Trocmé, who was a deeply devoted pacifist, began preaching a series of sermons urging his congregation to become a city of refuge for those escaping persecution. His congregation, amazingly, without a second thought, began to do just that. They quickly established a number of safe houses throughout the town that began to harbor Jews and other refugees. The example of Le Chambon-sur-Lignon had a profound effect on other villages in the area, whose ministers began preaching similar sermons and encouraging their town to follow their example. Between 1940 and 1945, the villagers of Le Chambon-sur-Lignon and the other surrounding towns began receiving contributions from the Quakers, the Salvation Army, and other groups who helped provide food and supplies as villagers risked their lives to hide and protect hundreds of refugees, even printing fake identification documents so that they would be able to cross the border into neighboring Switzerland, where they would be safe. Their courageous acts of kindness are estimated to have saved nearly 2,000 lives, and some estimates put the number at nearly 5,000, and stands as a testament to the power of compassion and solidarity in the face of hatred and violence. In 1990, the entire town's inhabitants were designated as righteous among the nations. Today, the village is still considered a haven for immigrants trying to come to France and escape other war-torn parts of the world. A recently conducted census counted newly arrived immigrants from Congo, Liberia, Rwanda, South Sudan, Kosovo, and Chechnya among the town's current population. In a society often characterized by division, hostility, and polarization, the simple act of choosing kindness can be revolutionary. Kindness is often perceived as a gentle virtue, yet it holds the power to challenge the very foundations of conflict and discord that plague our world. We live in a culture that frequently equates strength with dominance and assertiveness, where the loudest voices often drown out the quiet, compassionate ones. This misconception leads to the belief that kindness is a passive trait reserved for those who cannot compete in the harsh realities of life. However, true kindness requires immense strength and courage. It demands that we step outside of our comfort zones, extend ourselves beyond our immediate needs, and act with empathy and compassion even when it is difficult. Kindness asks us to see the humanity in others, to recognize their struggles and pain, and to respond with understanding and care. It is a conscious choice to be vulnerable, to risk being hurt or misunderstood. Choosing kindness also means reaching out to those who are different from us, listening to their perspectives, and finding common ground. It means rejecting the notion that we must agree on everything to treat each other with respect and dignity. By choosing kindness, we create spaces where dialogue can flourish, where empathy can bridge divides, and where understanding can replace hostility. As Unitarian Universalists, we are called to recognize and honor the humanity in each individual. By treating others with kindness, we affirm their inherent worth and dignity, creating a culture of respect and compassion. But it goes even deeper than that. Kindness is not just a personal virtue. It is a social imperative. It requires us to strive for justice and equity, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Compassion guides us to address the needs and suffering of others, promoting a more just and equitable society. This requires action, and even small acts of service can have a tremendous impact. Whether it is helping a neighbor with their groceries, volunteering at a local shelter, or offering support to a friend in need, these actions demonstrate care and solidarity. They remind us that we are all part of a larger community and that our well-being is interconnected. And there is much that we can do in that larger community in order to truly demonstrate that spirit of kindness. Strengthening ties within our local community can have a ripple effect. Organizing community events, supporting local businesses, and participating in neighborhood initiatives can create a sense of unity and shared purpose. These actions build trust and cooperation, laying the groundwork for a more compassionate society. Choosing kindness can also transform our wider communities at the smaller level. In our schools, workplaces, and neighborhoods, we can be agents of change by promoting a culture of compassion and respect. As we heard in the reading for today, even the simplest things like a hug, an encouraging word, or giving someone a ride can have the powerful impact of fostering inclusivity, which is a cornerstone of kindness. By creating environments where everyone is seen and feels welcome and valued, we foster a sense of belonging and mutual respect. It can also give to people a sense of self-worth that they may have never had or been able to find at a time when they desperately needed it most. Simply put, kindness has the potential to save lives. Our educational institutions play a crucial role in shaping the values of future generations. By incorporating empathy and kindness into the curriculum, we can equip young people with the tools to navigate a diverse and complex world with understanding and compassion. Programs that focus on social emotional learning, conflict resolution, and community service can foster a culture of kindness from an early age. So we have a say in combating a future where the culture of animosity and aggression is the norm for our future generation. The impact of kindness extends far beyond our immediate surroundings. In a world where cultural differences often lead to misunderstanding and conflict, promoting global understanding is in and of itself an act of kindness. In times of conflict and violence, the call for peace is more important than ever. Advocacy for peace involves not only opposing war and violence, but also addressing the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and injustice. By promoting peace through dialogue and diplomacy and nonviolent action, we embody the true spirit of kindness. And kindness also extends to our relationship with the planet. By adopting sustainable practices and advocating for environmental protection, we show kindness to future generations and to the diverse forms of life with whom we share this earth. Acts of environmental stewardship, such as reducing waste, conserving energy, and protecting natural habitats, reflect a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life and the interdependent web of existence of which we are a part, which further grounds choosing kindness within our shared UU values. The courage to choose kindness is rooted in the belief that every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement toward a more compassionate and just world. It is a belief that our actions matter, that they have the power to inspire others, and that together we can create meaningful change. As we conclude our reflection, let us remember that kindness is not a passive or trivial act. It is a powerful force that can heal divisions, promote justice, and create a more compassionate world. Each of us has the ability to make a difference through our everyday actions and choices, but it takes the defiant step of reaching out and reaching across sometimes deeply established divides in order to bring it. Let us commit to practicing kindness in our personal relationships, our communities, and the wider world. Let us have the courage to stand up against injustice, to reach out to those in need, and to promote a culture of empathy and respect. In doing so, we take a bold step towards realizing the world we truly wish to see. A world where kindness prevails and where the inherent worth and dignity of every person is honored and celebrated. If a small, remote French village can manage to have a lasting impact on society through its defiant decision to practice kindness, then I am confident we can do the same. May it ever continue to be so. Blessed be. Amen. Shalom.